You join me on a very cold, very icy, and as you can see, a very foggy morning. And need to nip up to Reading today. I thought it was an ideal day to test out my new Oxford heated grips. I'm taking it very easy because it is very, very slippery. It is absolutely freezing this morning. I'm thermaled up everywhere. When I moved the car this morning, the car was telling me that the outside temperature was -2. I've got my Oxford heated grips on. I'll be doing a little bit of motorway work at high speed. So let's see how well they perform. Previously on days like today, the biggest issue has been my fingers, and particularly the end of my fingertips, getting really, really cold, especially after riding for 20 minutes or so. It's that wind chill factor. I'm hoping that the heated grips might be help with that. So I've been riding for probably about 15-20 minutes now, and I'm here on a bit of motorway with 70 miles an hour. I'm feeling the wind chill now through my legs and my thighs, and I'm feeling them a little bit on the backs of my hands. But actually I've got the heated grips, I've turned them down from 100 onto 75%, and they're keeping my hands pretty toasty. Even the tips of my fingers, just wrapping them around the grip a little bit, getting some nice heat coming through. I don't know whether it's my imagination or whether it's my gloves, which are pretty well worn in now, but to me it feels like the right grip, the throttle side, is running warmer than the left grip, the clutch side. It's kind of nice on the left and almost too hot on the right hand side. As I said, that just could be my gloves or my imagination, or the fact that one hand's more sensitive than the other. So I start off 100% while I was warming the bike up. After about 10 minutes I turned it down to 75%. And this is temperature of what, freezing, -1, -2, around that sort of mark. I can really, really feel it in my thighs. And by now I know normally my fingers would be absolutely frozen, but they're not, they're really warm. She's enjoying her music, isn't she? Boom, 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 boom. Right, I'm here in Reading. Just looking at my fingertips here on this side. Not cold, but colder than this side. But all in all, much better than I ever had without grips. Really good. So you can see there's the controller down there. Very easy to use with a gloved hand. Turn off, on. I have it on 50% now. Can use with thumb or index finger very easily. And it's right in easy reach and grasp there. It's very nice. So you can probably see on the controller down here that there's 5 different heat settings: 30%, 40%, 50%, 75%, 100%. I'm here doing 60 miles an hour at the moment, and I've got it on 50%, keeping my hands nicely warm. Just going to put it up to 75% while we're here at motorway speeds. The heat certainly radiates up into your palm and into your fingers. Make sure that the tips of your fingers warm up. You kind of have to wrap them around the grips a bit. But it is cold today, and I'm quite comfortable riding like this with my hands. I could quite easily ride for quite a long period of time and feel that my hands were not that numb finger, really kind of, oh my god, wanting to bite them off at the end of the journey feeling that you normally get. the limiting factor for me now is the rest of my clothing. As long as I can keep the rest of me warm, my hands can keep up, whereas before my hands have been the limiting factor, even with these gloves. And these are RST Raptor 2 winter gloves. Very nice gloves actually, had them a couple of years. So these Oxford hot grips retail for about, I think, anything between 50 and 70 quid. They're pretty straightforward to fit. Actually, if you look at my fitting video, you can see that for the 650 I had to do a little bit of fettling for the throttle side grip. I think this is easily a home do-it-yourself job, anyone can fit them. Just take your time, bit of patience, and even at the upper range of 70 quid, fantastic value for money. Yeah, the heat is incredible through these, really incredible. They really do pass the Ronseal test. They do exactly as it says on the tin. And if, like me, you use a bike through wintry conditions, this is just going to make life so much more comfortable for me. I mean, I haven't even got inner gloves in these. Normally in this sort of conditions we'll wear a kind of silk merino wool type inner glove as well, which kind of makes the gloves feel a little bit tighter than I would like, but has helped. Don't need them with this. So any downsides to these? They're not as tidy as original manufacturer spec heated grips. You can see the wires under here, but actually they're tidy enough for an install. And you're talking about 70 quid to get them in, plug and play, as opposed to, I think these are something like 200 quid for the official Honda accessories. Now, to me, it's a no-brainer. You can see that they're Oxford branded, and they look different from the other original grips. They're a bit thicker, but they're very comfortable. I don't think there's anything good or bad to directly compare with the original grips. If you want some heated grips on your bike, these are by far the most cost-effective way to get them. And the performance of them is superb. You will not be disappointed. The only caveat I would say is, as long as you can live with the look of them being aftermarket, i.e. Oxford branded, the wires hanging out at the bottom, this kind of controller on top here, they're not as tidily integrated into the bike as original spec ones would be. But having said that, I'm quite happy with the looks of the install. I don't think it looks that untidy. I think Oxford have done a really good job in terms of the bracket and everything on it. Would I fit these on the blade? No way whatsoever. If it's so cold that I need heated grips on the blade, then I'm probably riding it in weather where I can't really enjoy the performance of it. So what's the point? But for something that you're going to be using all year round, it's a winter hack. Oh, most definitely. So all in all, I'm a really happy bunny with these Oxford heated grips. They are the business. Fantastic value for money. Really good performance. Overall, I would give them 9 out of 10. If I'm being really picky, for a perfect score, and this is something that if the Oxford product developers ever see, consider, the really nice to have that would just be the icing on the cake would be to have individual heat controls for the left and right grips, to take account of gloves that you wear slightly more and want more heat coming through or not. That would just be the icing on the cake to make the perfect 10. That's not to say that I wouldn't highly recommend these, and I think they're a fantastic buy, and I'm so pleased with them. So I hope that's been of some use. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Ride carefully out there, particularly in the weather as we've got at the moment.